When you 100% absolutely have to get to that flare across the river and you don't have time to muck around. That's right, fam. Leaping rivers, climbing mountains, nothing will stand between us. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too, I'm Bushka and I'm fantastic today. All the better for recent racing and happy to be here with you. This is a video on time to kill and how it relates to desync. And I want to show you something that is going to save you from losing CQC battles. So pay attention for the next couple of minutes and win more in game. Is that so hard? Let's get on with the story. Basically, the way desync works, and I'm going to show you a diagram in a second, is that the person that gets the advantage and gets to shoot first starts outputting damage first. Makes sense, right? So if you see them first and you start firing first, you're going to do more damage. And this is a great example of this in a practical sense. You can see I don't miss any shots. I start firing first. I've got 4 shots on that guy before he turns around and starts looking at me. And yet I go down. And that's desync. It's not him doing anything cheeky. It's just because my ping is about 130, 140 most times. And his ping is probably 30 to 40. Let's show you an example of this. This is you on the left and the enemy on the right. If you are looking at that doorway and the enemy on the right starts strafing out, you don't see him because you are sending your visual, your client to the server. It takes 140 milliseconds for it to get there. He's sending it, it takes 40. So you're downloading from the server at 140 milliseconds as well. So you're not seeing it at the same time it happens on his screen. There's a desynchronization between those two events. I mean, that's obvious, right? But what happens if they start firing first is you're already taking damage when you see the enemy on your screen. Now, watch this clip again and watch the shots this guy puts into me. They're headshots. He gets 2 headshots with an AKM. And that is catching up. So what I mean by that is the server is getting the information from me. The server is getting the information from him. The server is receiving information that I'm putting out 5.56 shots at 140 milliseconds. So by the time I get to killing completely, I need to hit him with a 5.56 AR. It's going to take like just over 0.3 of a second if he's at full health. So that's like nearly half a second required from the time I start hitting him to the time the server receives the last bit of information that he has been filled with enough 5.56 to knock him over. He turns around and 2 headshots from the AKM takes far less time than that. So what happens is the server receives the information from him, it negates all the shots that I've put into him, and it makes him the winner in that desync situation. How can you take advantage of this? Well, even if you've got higher ping, something you can do in those situations is run guns that have massive, massive damage output and maybe incredibly inaccurate and incredibly useless outside of very, very close quarters, but an S12K will settle a lot of arguments in the first shot. And the first shot is the lowest time to kill shot that you can get. So if you're having high ping issues and you're in a CQC situation and you switch up to a gun that has instantaneous kill potential, you can negate desync completely. And this is why in really tight situations in places like Boot Camp, Paradise Resort, even Pachinki or wherever it is where there's going to be those very, very within 10 meter close quarters confrontations, even maybe 20 meters, I'll run a S12K. I mean, look at this. This is me legitimately running S12K over an M416 in just a second because I know that the S12K's time to kill is instantaneous, whereas the M416 is never going to give you that. So it will negate the desync advantage that these Japanese guys have, this duo that have next to me. Now I'm going to use the M416 at a little bit over 20 meters here to get a knock. I'm pretty sure he's going to be peeking. So I use Peeker's advantage. And let's not forget Peeker's advantage, guys. Go and watch my desync video. I'll put the link here. The Peeker's advantage is massive. If you're the guy peeking, you get the win. But watch what I do to his teammate here. Watch this shot. First shot knocks him. It doesn't matter what he does after that. That damage is instantaneous. He can't output enough damage. Like using an AWM in this kind of range here. The Peeker's advantage, coming around the corner with a Vector and just laying waste. Waiting for this guy at the door because I know the Vector's going to catch it up regardless of how quick that guy fires. Like, these are the things you can do. And there's a reason why, as I run into this situation, I am going to switch from an M416 to a Beryl M762. Because they both have exactly the same rate of fire, but a Beryl does 47 base damage, 45 base damage rather, as opposed to the 40 base damage into a no vest wearing target that an M416 does. So instead of mucking around with the M416 and having all that versatility and accuracy as I waste a bot to start the engagement, I'm going to use the Beryl because it will absolutely negate that advantage. And look how I keep peeking. I am the guy doing the peeking. They are the guys being stationary to a degree. And that means that I absolutely get an advantage from decent peeking and catching up with high damage weaponry. These are things you can put in your gameplay. They're really simple, and they will absolutely 100% make you a better player and make you more likely to win these CQC engagements. And you're not going to win them all. I mean, you can see here, I've got a Vector. I punch a bunch of blokes in the noggin, but I make the mistake of thinking the first bloke is in the squad so that I've only got one guy to go, and there's actually two guys to go, and so I end up getting wrecked. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful for you. I felt like it was something that I really had to make because I don't know what they're saying, because it was really, really important, and it's something that you can take massive advantage of, especially if you're like me and you play on a server where you are well and truly the underdog when it comes to ping. And that means you can either just take that and run with it and whinge and bitch about it like I do, or you can actually adjust your gameplay style and adjust your weaponry to match up with those outcomes. And that's what I've been doing lately, and it's been really, really good, and it's really helped me. So don't be ashamed to pick up an S12K early and stick with it for those nasty things, or run a Vector deep into the late game, because really, like, that's important. See, I thought the first guy was part of that squad, so that's two, and three rather. So there should only be one more, but there's not. There's that guy, and then there's that guy down there. They are in different squads, and then there's that guy behind me. So yeah, that was actually 5 people, not 4. Hope you guys can stick around. Please subscribe to the videos. Please like the content. And just give me a hand with spreading up and picking up some numbers. I'm Bushka. Look after yourselves. And until next time, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.